The rapid fire book tag coming up. Hey guys, welcome back to Book Your Imagination. My name is Anne. Today I am going to do the rapid fire book tag. I wasn't tagged by anyone, but it's such a fun tag I wanted to do it. The original tag was created by Girl Reading, and I have a link to her channel down in the description box below. So let's get started. Ebook or physical book? Please, have you ever seen me hold up a book on my channel? I am an ebook reader 100%. Paperback or hardback? Tough question. Romance novels, Harlequin romance only comes out in paperback, so for those I'd have to say paperback, but if I am reading a standalone or a series and I am going to buy the book, I would prefer the hardback. Online or in-store book shopping? Mostly I do my shopping online. Trilogies or series? Again, another tough one. I think I have to say series, as long as each book in the series has meaning to the entire series. When you start writing books just to expand the series from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, but they don't really contribute, then I would have to say a trilogy. But once I start reading a book, I kind of get to know the characters, they kind of feel like my friends, and then I like reading more about them, because it feels like with each book I'm getting together with old friends again. So, series. Heroes or villains? Heroes. A book you want everyone to read. I had trouble with this one because I am such a fantasy reader and a romance reader, and not everybody likes that. So in trying to think of a book I would want everyone to read, I kind of felt like it had to go across a lot of genres. So the book I decided on was Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. So it doesn't matter what genre you like or what age you are, this book has some truths to life throughout it. So, Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. Recommend an underrated book. Blood and Sin by Laura Thalassa and Dan Ricks. It was published last summer. It's the story of a demon and a demon hunter, and it's love, hate, betrayal, difficult choices. I love the feminine point of view, the masculine point of view, and the story was seamless. You could not tell that it was written by two people. So I love this story. Blood and Sin by Laura Thalassa and Dan Ricks. The Last Book You Finished. Spider's Revenge, which is the 5th book in the Elemental Assassin series by Jennifer Estep. It was published in 2011, and I think there are 16 books in the series and maybe a few novellas. But fortunately, my library carries them, so I'm kind of now plowing through all of them. The Last Book You Bought. The last book that I actually ordered was A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, and that will be delivered whenever it's released, I think in May. The last book that I actually bought and took possession of is The Curse Catcher by Laura Thalassa. Laura Thalassa is my favorite author, so whatever she publishes, I buy right away. I know it's going to be good. The weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark? A potato chip. I don't recommend it. Used books, yes or no? Absolutely yes. For me, I want to read a good book, and if I can find it at a good price, all the better. Top 3 favorite genres. Science fiction, romance, fantasy. Borrow or buy. I get most of my books from the library, so definitely borrow. Characters or plot. It has to be the plot. I can forgive some character flaws in writing, but if the plot is not believable, and I read fantasy, so I live in the world of unbelievable plots. But if the plot does not make sense, it ruins the story for me. So definitely plots. Long or short books? I don't really care. You know, I can't tell. When you download a book onto the Kindle, there's nothing to intimidate you about the size. It's just, you just start reading. So I don't really care long or short books. Long or short chapters? I do a lot of my reading on the train to work, so short chapters kind of work for me because when the train gets to its stop, I have to get off. So regardless of where I am in the book, I gotta put it down and get off the train to get to work. And so short chapters work better for that. Name the first 3 books you think of. Or you probably should have asked me this before you said what's the last book you bought and what's the last book you finished reading, because now the first two books that I think of are A Court of Wings and Ruin and The Spider's Revenge, part of the Elemental Assassin series, and then the third book, Harry Potter. Books that make you laugh or cry. I would much prefer to laugh than cry, but to be perfectly honest, I cry at Hallmark commercials, so it doesn't really take a lot, like a really simple tender moment and I will be crying. But I prefer to laugh in a book or while I'm reading a book than cry. Our world or fictional worlds. Tough decision. I'd love to say I would live in a fictional world, but I got a pretty darn terrific life, so I think I'm going to stick with our world. Audiobooks, yes or no? Absolutely yes, particularly if you are on a long drive somewhere. Now, I'm a commuter, but the train is too noisy for me to listen to an audiobook, so I don't really get to do that, and I don't have the patience to sit and listen at home, nor do I want to spend that time when an audiobook is playing to clean my apartment. So for me, listening to audiobooks, particularly if the narrator is good, it's best for a long distance car ride. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? Absolutely. I think the cover should draw you in, and a beautiful cover. Yeah, I bought books just because the cover is beautiful, and I will absolutely read a book because the cover is fabulous. Book to movie or book to TV adaptations. All right, I love going to the movies, the entire movie experience with popcorn and a soda and getting your seat and the lights come down, and I love previews, but I don't think movies really do a book justice in most cases. So I think I would have to say a book to TV series, because the TV series can really develop the book in a way that a movie can't. A movie or TV show you preferred to its book. So for this, I'm going to say Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. The movie was the perfect length for this book. I really just didn't have the desire to read the book, and I think the movie hit the highlights of the book. I thought it was a really well done movie, so that would be it. Now, if you're talking about a book that you've read and both seen the movie, then I would have to say the movie version of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe was better for me than reading the book. When I read the book, I just did not have the imagination to see what I saw on the movie screen. When I saw the movie, I loved it, and I had really high hopes for this series, but the second movie adaptation, Prince Caspian, was pretty bad, and I don't think they've done any after that. Series or standalones? I read almost exclusively series, so definitely prefer series. So that is it, the rapid fire book tag. I hope you have enjoyed this. I am going to tag a few people, and I will put your names down in the description box below. If you would like to do this book tag, please consider yourself tagged by me. As always, this is #JMO, just my opinion. If you like what you see in here, please subscribe to my channel.